on the ground. Kita mesti balik kepada melihat tempat kita berpijak, tempat kita berjalan, agar kita tidak jatuh kerana tak mengetahui tempat-tempat yang kita jalani. Inilah sebabnya maka dalam traditional society kita ada banyak pengaruh asuhan yang telah pun menyimpankan banyak nilai-nilai yang besar. We have in our civilization throughout history the undertaking that we should preserve our religion, preserve our culture, preserve anything that has been built to prove to be good for our society, for our common life. And that is what has been the wisdom of the old society. But this wisdom, again, is being challenged by new influences. The age of technology, the age of fast communication, the age of fast decision, and the age of fast reaction. These are all very difficult things to reconcile with the old traditional attitude. We have to cope with all this changing speed of life, but we cannot lose our identity. We cannot lose our bearing. We cannot lose our foundation. We cannot lose our anchor in facing the future, because we may make more mistakes than necessary. It is in this respect, therefore, that I welcome the efforts of the Ministry of Social Development and Urbanization. I connect with urbanization to get our youth to prepare themselves so that they will not make too much mistake, but would benefit more from the changes that the world is bringing to us in the form of greater prosperity, greater freedom, and much more new things to improve our life. Because of that, therefore, this particular conference is very important for the young people. It is the beginning for us all to understand that we cannot work in isolation of each other. The youth must learn to preserve some kind of cohesion in people of their own peers, their own age group, so that they can test what is more suitable for them. They can test what is more congenial, more suitable for their own group, of their own age group. This is the main thing that we have to be conscious of. Young old people may not understand this unless they are well educated, unless they keep abreast with the changes in the world. And sometimes conflict between one generation to another will occur, and that was called the generation gap. Try to avoid the generation gap from getting too wide. The moment you get too wide, you break the link between the wisdom of old time that you've tested, which can guide you to face the future, and your entrepreneurship, your innovative ability because you're exposed to greater changes. I would like you all to understand this as the basis for all the young people to make sure that their development is in their hands today and not so much in the hands of the previous generation. As I told you, the peer influence has multiplied to 7 times the influence of their parents. This is a challenge that cannot be met by the old generation. It is a challenge that can only be met if there is preparedness, there is enough determination among our youth to achieve a proper ambition that they will get the best from their talent, they will get the best from their ability to cope with change. Saya tahu inilah keadaan sekarang ini pada masa kita menempuh banyak perubahan. Oleh sebab itulah maka Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri kita telah pun cuba untuk membawa kerajaan yang mempunyai kuasa dan banyak keupayaan untuk menentu environment untuk kita punya youth supaya dapat membangun secara bagus. dengan mengadakan apa yang dikata beliau sebagai transformasi program dalam cara pentadbiran kerajaan dan konten pentadbiran kerajaan yang dan segala polisi-polisi yang akan membawa belia-belia kita supaya dapat mengambil bahagian dengan lebih peranan lagi. The transformation program will depend on your innovation, will depend on your creativity, but it is also depending on your ability to cope with a lot of the negative influence of fast changes. If our generation, the young generation, can do this, Malaysia promises a great deal of fast and outstanding development in the developing world. Very soon we will be a developed country, only 10 years from now. But are we going to have all the prosperity with as much happiness because we can enjoy our prosperity? Or are we going to have a lot of prosperity that create a lot of discontent, and we have more disagreement among ourselves to spoil the good mood that we should have because of better prosperity? That is a question got to ask, and you can determine the answer for the future. Oleh sebab itulah, maka negara kita ini sangat-sangat bergantung kepada belia kita. Orang yang berumur di antara 15 sampai 40 hari ini, untuk menentukan supaya apa yang kita hari ini kerja dengan sepenuh penat lelahnya, dengan banyak peluh, supaya dapat menelurkan akibat-akibat dan faedah-faedah yang kita generasi tua telah pun bercita-cita untuk memberi sebagai hadiah, sebagai legasi kita kepada generasi yang muda, iaitu apa yang menjadi kejayaan hari ini akan menjadi kejayaan lebih besar kepada generasi muda kita pada masa akan datang. Oleh sebab itu, maka saya rasa hari ini bukanlah hari bagi saya nak beri lecture, hanya memberikan tahu kita apa formula, yang bentuk formula yang patut kita renung sama-sama. Adakah nasihat saya boleh digunakan atau tidak, ini terserah kepada pihak belia semua. Tetapi in that freedom lies your power to achieve greater wisdom and greater success. Or you will benefit from the change in a limited way and lose quite a lot of the struggles, the benefit of the struggles of the previous generation. Ini adalah perkara yang kita sama-sama